here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time for your starting lineup. And like we do each and every game, please help me welcome everybody's favorite four-legged mascot,
Saturday night in Las Vegas, and tonight presented by the Castro Verde Law Group, it's Birmingham Legion FC visiting Las Vegas Lights FC from Cashman Fields. Souvenirs flying off the shelves, the llamas in the house, and so are we. Matt Peterson with the former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver. Well, a rescue of a point for Las Vegas, now looking for that elusive first home win.
Yeah, obviously they're going to be happy with the result on Tuesday night. You get that late goal, it gives you a real boost, and hopefully the Lights can take that into the game tonight and really try and kick on.
Pato Faz has a big expectation on his shoulders. No more Kubo Torres on the team. He gets the start tonight, and he is kind of rounding into form in the summer months.
Yeah, I thought he was very good on Tuesday. His performance, it was the best we've seen in the season. He's looking sharper, he's looking fitter as the season goes on, and he played that 90 minutes, I think, and he definitely looked fitter and definitely looked better, and obviously scoring a goal is always a great thing for a striker, and he'll hopefully try to kick on from that and get a few more goals.
First half equalizer and a 2-2 draw with New Mexico United. For Birmingham Legion FC, they've lost 4 straight road games, and Tyler Pasher plays for Canada, recently played for the Houston Dynamo. He's added 3 goals, 2 assists this year for Birmingham.
Obviously, we've been at the Dynamo. I saw a lot of him, and I think he's a cracking little player. He's got so much pace, and as you see here, he knows where the back of the net is as well. And he is someone the Lights are going to have to watch out for. Obviously, he used to playing in the heat as well with his time in Houston, and his pace is the thing that really defines him as a player, and I expect him to be positive today.
Trying to reclaim the form at Indy 11 that led him to Major League Soccer. It's Birmingham Legion FC trying to bounce back after a road defeat at San Antonio, and Las Vegas playing its 3rd game in a week's time, looking for a home win. Lineups and kickoff from Cashman Field after the break.
Attention local sports fans and business owners. Las Vegas Lights Pro Soccer is offering an amazing flat rate bulk ticket offer for local businesses. Regardless of the total number of employees you have, everyone and a guest can attend Lights FC matches for one super low flat rate. Only $1,799 for the season or $399 for individual games. That's the best value in Vegas sports. Visit lightsfc.com/business package to learn more. Viva Lights!
As a Great Clips salon stylist, I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
I love Findlay Chevy. I mean, it's just a fun place to hang out. Woo! Woo! You never know what you're gonna see here. Woo!
That's extra.
These guys at Findlay, they know how to party.
Findlay, Findlay Chevy is a place to buy. Home of the...
Woo!
Las Vegas Light Soccer is presented by the Castro Verde Law Group, where they treat you like family. By Zero Fatalities Nevada. Take a stand and sign the pledge at zerofatalities.nv.com. And by Summer Point Resorts, proud sponsor of Las Vegas Lights FC. Las Vegas, Nevada, Cashman Fields. Las Vegas and Birmingham set to go. We look at the lineup for Las Vegas under first-year head coach Isidro Sanchez. Third game in 8 days, Andrew. And they're coming off a 2-2 draw with New Mexico on Tuesday. Bagley gets the start at left back. What else stands out to you?
It's a pretty consistent team so far, isn't it? So the width for Sabota Tecker and Oteng are the key to the team.
And for Birmingham under Tom Sohn, 2 changes from the team that lost at San Antonio 3-1. Moses Mensah and Nico Brett both enter the lineup.
It's the attack for me that's so strong. You've got Agudelo, former MLS player, should be good for goals, and Tyler Pasher, obviously we mentioned him before the game. His pace is always going to be a threat.
Here we go, Las Vegas in black, Birmingham in red. East versus west tonight. Yeah, Las Vegas trying to carry momentum after Azriel Gonzalez. Second half stoppage time equalizer. Here we go from Cashman. And what are you watching for early on here, Andrew?
Well, just see, Birmingham have obviously been a little bit poor on the road of late. How they start, the Lights coming off a last-minute win. Can they continue the energy they showed towards the end of the game against New Mexico? They have to have a little bit of a good feeling. After a string of defeats, to get a draw in such circumstances is always good.
4 straight road defeats for Birmingham. During that span, they've had 2 straight home wins. They haven't tied much lately. They've had some long, extended losing streaks and a few home wins during that run as well.
The thing that scares me for this Birmingham team, though, from a Lights perspective, is the quality they have. At times against New Mexico, the Lights defensively were a little bit poor. They gave New Mexico a couple of opportunities. I feel this Birmingham team might punish you if you give them the opportunities that New Mexico had.
A long touch around the defender. Sabota Tecker Preston runs out of room. And a lot of credit there to Las Vegas last game. I mean, it was 102 degrees at kickoff, 6 p.m. earlier than usual to accommodate for the fireworks on July 4th. Down 2-1, playing the second game in just 4 days, and they fought and they got the homegrown hero moment for Azriel Gonzalez.
Yeah, it's a good moment, and it's something that can kickstart a season, isn't it? When you've had such a difficult run, sometimes you need that little switch that can change the whole mood in the camp.
We look at our injury report presented by Dignity Health Physical Therapy. Short and sweet tonight. None for either side.
Yeah, it's always a good sign, especially at this stage of the season. It's not something you often see. I think when you get into the summer month, you usually start getting 1 or 2 little injuries. So both teams being fresh, and we can see that with Las Vegas. They haven't had many changes in the last few games. There's starting to be that little bit of consistency. You've got Pato Faz up front, and the 2 wide players either side of him bringing that consistency.
Well, Timothy Zolli returns. He scored against Tampa Bay Rowdies last weekend. Could not play against New Mexico United as he's on loan from that club, so had to sit out. Now he's back fresh, returns at center back. And a slow build here from Matt Van Oekel, veteran goalkeeper. He finds Corniale. Corniale can build into the front third. Flicked on here for Pasher. The Canadian winger picks his head up. Pulls it back here. Looking with a roof on that right side. Foz lays it off. Carlton into the path of Oteng. It's going to go out for a very deep throw-in.
And that, you see the qualities that Pato can bring to you in that movement there. Just the ball up to the striker, and he's held it off, laid it off first time to Carlton. The ball from Carlton wasn't spectacular, but it's the right idea. You want to get to Bortateka and Oteng in the wide areas. You want to get them running with pace, trying to get in behind the Birmingham defence. And early you saw the signs of Las Vegas working at this. And I've already said that the team's looked more consistent, and you can see the way they're playing. Carlton in that number 10 position. They're all linking up a lot better than we've seen this season so far.
There's Enzo Martinez. Made his 200th appearance in the USL Championship last week at San Antonio. That's a bad giveaway there. The long diagonal was attempted there by Jake Roof, but it's won by Preston. Stauffer pushing forward. Preston. Lost it. And it's back out to midfield with Timothy Zale. Scored his first goal for Las Vegas in the home defeat to Tampa Bay last weekend. All the way back to Leo Diaz. Headed forward, we see the keys to the game presented by Finlay Chevy.
We saw them for a second. I didn't know. So for the Lights score first, we've mentioned numerous times when they go behind, there's just no chance of winning.
Yep.
This year, their stats on that speak for them. Basically, no comebacks. The continued momentum, a last-minute winner for the Lights, perfect. You want to get that good feeling, and they want to continue it with a high tempo in this game. For the Legion coming away here, they need to improve their role form. They've not won many games away from home, and you see the quality they have in their team. They have the ability, and with Agudelo, obviously they want to get him going. He's got so much ability, but only 3 goals on the season. You would expect to see more from someone who has that ability.
Nico Brett earns a free kick. Agudelo, 3 in the Open Cup, 2 in league play in 16 games, but a 30-year-old Colombian with deep ties to New England. As you see the frustration of Mitrano. Restart coming. Not sure if Mitrano was booked there for that kick away. Maybe a bit lucky there as Pasher restarts it.
Yeah, a little bit of a quick free kick to try and catch the Lights defence off, but not the best delivery from Pasher. You would expect to see better delivery with the qualities he has.
Good build up here from Birmingham from this right side. Clip to the back post. Agudelo trying to get on the end of it, sealed off quite well, and Diaz picks it up. The delivery there came from Nico Brett. With Pato Faza behind, going 1v2. He's got support from Preston. Good defending in the end.
Yeah, that's where we see Diaz's kick again. He's just sidewind volleyed that, probably 70 yards over the halfway line into Pato's path. We know Pato doesn't have blistering pace, but he's timed his run to perfection and almost got himself in.
Yeah, Leo Diaz's distribution is a weapon. Can punt it, goal kicks. We've seen it all season, leading to chances for Las Vegas. Las Vegas winless in 6. The lone win on the season was at Phoenix Rising. And Birmingham comes in 6th place. Last time out, it was a scoreless draw in Birmingham. But a completely different team for Las Vegas. No returning players from last year's team as the affiliation with LAFC ended. Completely new team for Isidro Sanchez in Las Vegas. Slightly too heavy. Diaz off his line well as the pass came from Prosper Kassim. Let's go back. Prior chance here with Nico Brett.
Yeah, it's not a bad little stabbed up ball to the back post, especially when you've got Agudelo in there. He's likely to go and win those headers. He's a real threat in the air. And Birmingham obviously setting the scene early, try and get the balls into the box, try and feed him. We mentioned he's only had 3 on the season. Is that a service thing? Or is it just not been as sharp as you would expect?
There's the booming clearance from Leo Diaz going out near the corner flag on the opposite side of the field. And Jake Roof will throw it in. He's from Huntsville, Alabama. 4th season with Birmingham. 22 appearances last year. Is making his 11th appearance tonight. First choice right back and left back, both not in the team tonight for Birmingham Legion. It's Colin Smith, the right back, Gabriel Alves, the left back. And only 5 substitutes on the bench for Birmingham.
Yeah, there's 5 substitutes with no one stated on the injury report, so it's kind of a strange thing to happen.
Free kick here to Las Vegas, won by Andrew Carleton. Carleton's rounded into form. Had some tough luck against Tampa Bay. Did not score, but I think a goal's coming for him. He's hit the crossbar a few times. He's forced some good saves. It's a long run from Preston, and it rattles high off the advertising boards. That was a missile from about 25 yards out.
Yeah, that's great. That's what we want to see from Preston. And he's coming on to such good form, isn't it? The elegance of the run in there, just dropping the shoulder, getting into the area. A little bit of a wild finish in the end, but you don't mind that. You want to see him running with the ball, making chances, and here he is winning the ball back in a good area.
Great work, Ray. His pass just slightly in front of Carleton, but he will run all day, doing it on both ends.
Yeah, he's been impressive, hasn't he? It's particularly the last 4 or 5 games. Tabor Teka has just been, he's been the man. He's what Las Vegas feeds. The energy he brings is the main threat for the Lights.
Now an opportunity. Diaz did well holding his ground. Appeals for a penalty. Looked like Zali made some contact there with Nico Brett, who was in behind.
Warning signs for the Lights. That was just a simple long ball over the box. Not dealt with Zali. You've got to do better there defensively, and a good opportunity. I think the Legion striker maybe was a bit surprised he got the opportunity. I think he was expecting it to be cleared.
That was Nico Brett's second year of his second stint with Birmingham. He led the line for Birmingham 2020. 9 goals in that shortened season. Here's Carleton. Carleton earns a free kick.
Yeah, you can see the confidence for Carleton coming, can't you? You see it in this situation, running with the ball, a little bit of trickery. Does enough to win the free kick, but he's always looking to find that space in the number 10 area. He's looking for the pass, he's looking for the shots, and we mentioned earlier goals coming. He's had 3 or 4 golden opportunities in the last 2 games.
Brad Jensen is our referee in the middle of this one. Anderson Asiadu committed the foul. He's slow to his feet. 26, one of 3 Ghanaians on this Birmingham team. Is in his 4th season. They have a lot of continuity. Look up and down the lineup. Multiple players in their 3rd, 4th, or 5th season with Birmingham. There will be Andrew Carleton. 1 goal, 17 games on the season for the Georgian native. He will go for goal, and it's a bobbled save and a good recovery there by Matt Van Oekel.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward moment for Van Oekel, wasn't it? The first effort he didn't hold on to, and it almost fell to the Lights on Russian attackers. But good strike from Carleton. He's put plenty of pace on it and let it bounce just in front of the goalkeeper. That's what you're looking for. That little bounce just before is the reason Van Oekel parried the ball and didn't hold on to it. But yeah, good strike from Carleton.
Van Oekel, so much experience. He's 36 now, the Virginia native. Kind of cool. He is the goalkeeper coach and the starting goalkeeper.
Does he have a say in if he starts the game?
I think it's pretty fair. I think the way they've divided the starts seems like it's a true competition. As the backup goalie, Trevor Spangenberg, has started 7 times. Here is an opportunity as the flag comes up. That was Enzo Martinez, leading goal scorer with 6. But I think it's kind of he's 36, the younger goalkeeper, Spangenberg's 31. I'm sure he's trying to groom Spangenberg and eventually replace him.
Well, Spangenberg's 31. He's no spring chicken himself, is he? But it's got to be difficult as a coach to make those decisions when you're like, you as a coach, your nature is to improve the person you're with, and you want to see them go and show those improvements. So I guess at the end of the day, it falls on the head coach's final decision.
I think both goalkeepers are playing quite well. 10 starts, 16 goals against for Van Oekel. Similar numbers for Trevor Spangenberg, who's allowed 11 in 7 games.
For goalkeepers, that's very spread out, isn't it, the appearances? So
let's be honest, we've had player coaches before. A little bit different with the goalkeeper coach and the goalkeeper. Here is Tyler Pasher, edge of the box. He goes central. Good first touch. And the shot seemed to be deflected off the foot of Prosper Kasim. Though Diaz likes his organization, it was not deflected. It's a goal kick to Las Vegas.
There's the first warning signs of what Pasha can bring to you. He ran in behind, real good pace, ends up falling on the edge of the box to Kasim, and just couldn't get that left leg around it and get enough bend on it. But what you will see that from Tyler Pasha, he will always run in behind the fullback, and Bagley's going to have a really difficult night tonight because you've got to be on your toes at all times when Tyler Pasha's on the field.
Toronto with the long switch. Preston back across the face, could not quite keep it in play. 15 minutes in, your thoughts so far, Andrew?
Yeah, it's been fairly even, hasn't it? We haven't seen that spark yet. There's been a couple of long distance efforts. It's very even. No team has really dominated proceedings. I think the Legion are probably in possession have looked a little bit better, but just both teams really easing into the game.
Typically hot night in Las Vegas, 98 degrees at the moment. High today of 106 in Las Vegas. Here is Oteng. He's done well. Oteng crossing it, appeals for a handball. Jensen had a good view of it.
Yeah, good from Oteng though, wasn't it? Really good pace again. The defenders tried to have a little kick out of him, but he just kept going. Just the final delivery for him is just going to miss a little bit so far. The same can be said for both guys. Tabata Teka on the right and Oteng, their final delivery isn't on the money all the time, but what they've brought in the last few games has made up for it. They've just bring so much energy, so much pace, and the Lights are looking like a completely different team with this new system of playing the two wide players.
Oteng and Preston both dangerous on both wing, and you see the free roll there for Carlton, who started the season as a winger. Now he sits underneath Pato Faz. Here's Ingram in a deeper roll, sitting next to Bushu in a double pivot.
Yeah, and it's actually Ingram's game's improved as well. His range of passing in the last few weeks has been really impressive. He's the main man to do those long diagonals to the wide players, and he's coming into the game. You can see his confidence. He's about to get the ball now. His first thought will be spread the play. There you go.
That diagonal ball is a bit heavy. Goal kick to Birmingham. Let's go back to this shot for a handball. Oteng's cross against Kroniale.
Yeah, difficult one. It hit his hand, but it's by the side. He's purposefully kept his hand close to the body, and by the rules of the game now, if your hand's by the body in a natural position, it's not handball.
Stepping out of the center back position, Fanuel Kavita pushing forward. He's the captain. He's from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And we've had good discussions with referees about those calls, handballs in the box. And I think for them, one of the biggest things is, do they impede the path of where the ball was going to go? And as you mentioned, if the hand's close to the body in a natural position, most of the time not a handball. But if you're running or moving and your arm is in an unnatural position and it blocks where it's going to go, that's usually going to be a handball in the box.
Yeah, and they're being more strict on it nowadays, aren't they? They've laid out the laws a little clearer, so the players know themselves. If your hand's in an area that's out with the body, you're in trouble.
And they also say where you are matters. If you're on the goal line, there's very little margin for error on what's a natural position and what's close to the body, whereas that ball, edge of the box, more leniency for the defender.
Yeah, it shouldn't make a difference where on the field it is. Obviously, the implications are different if it's on the line, because it's a straight red card as well, and the game can change off it. but the rule's the same regardless where it is on the field.
Here's Agudelo. Good build here from Birmingham. Pasher has found himself in that left channel. Ingram has picked it up. Slightly behind Carlton, tried to work with it, but it's won back by Pasher.
You're going to struggle with those balls against the lights. The little chip over the defender for this time it was for Nico Brett to try and run onto, but Diaz plays so high. He's very much a sweeper keeper. So if you don't get the right weight on it, it's always going to go through to the lights goalkeeper because he's always prepared for those chipped balls over the top.
62% possession so far for Birmingham. Vegas still does not have a touch in the attacking box. And they do have 10 final third entries. Patient build here. That's Bushu dropping into a center back position next to Zali. Stoffers push forward well into the path of Preston. Now Vegas have conceded the first goal at home the last 2 games. Unable to come back against Tampa Bay. They fought back twice. Azriel Gonzalez, second half stoppage time equalizer after Pato Faz had the first equalizer late in the first half. Good diagonal ball taken off the chest. Straight in the air from Zali. It's going to bounce in the box. Nodded forward. And Pasher combining there with Enzo Martinez. Here comes Bagley out of the back. Bagley with bags of space.
You hear the shouts, should just keep going, keep running into that space. If they allow you to, there's nothing wrong with a long run sometimes.
It does seem to be that spot where there's going to be space tonight for Las Vegas. When Pasher pushes forward, he doesn't have much cover, and Bagley will have chance to get forward like that.
Yeah, but Pasher's pushing forward, and the Birmingham attackers seem to be floating all over the place as well. And we've seen Pasher come up on the opposite side. That can cause.
There is Pasher, and it was saved by Diaz. It was a perfect pass into the path of Tyler Pasher, and he created a chance there out of nowhere.
Yeah, again, another running behind. This time he squared up the defender. He took Zali on inside him. Zali has to be careful there. As the defender, you've got to try and show Pasha down the line. As soon as he comes in on that right foot, he's got a chance of scoring. A good save in the end by Diaz.
Corner kick coming to Birmingham. Now Pasher on the season, 3 goals, 2 assists in 12 appearances. Enzo Martinez is a short option here. Next to Pasher. Now Martinez leaves it to the Canadian. Over clear by Mitrano. I'll make that Zali. Second phase of this corner kick here for Birmingham. Feint of a shot. Zali blocks it. Still Spill Central.
Birmingham, I think, now are starting to dominate proceedings, aren't they? They're getting the possession. The Lights are struggling to keep hold of the ball, and we see the quality this Birmingham team has. The Lights probably need to try and, probably why you're seeing Diaz now taking his time on this goal kick. Just take the pace out of the game a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of time to rest.
Heavy touch from Pato Faz after the goal kick from Diaz. We have seen moments where Diaz will try and play out of the back. More direct here tonight. Good diagonal. Let Zali recover as well. Back to Diaz.
Booming kick.
And a goal kick to Birmingham. Van Okel, 1 shutout this season. 33 appearances last year, 27 the year before for the 3 Sparks. Agudelo drops into midfield.
The Lights will be happy with Birmingham having possession here. You don't mind that, and it's a chance to rest the legs, just stay in the shape and let them just. You're not going to get hurt in these situations. It's when the Lights a couple of minutes ago were under pressure in these areas, that's when you need to worry.
Here is Pasher going 1v2, has the overlap from Enzo Martinez, good chop. Mitrano recovers well, and it's picked up by Diaz. We're seeing the free roll of Enzo Martinez. That time he came over to combine with Tyler Pasher.
Yeah, that man Pasher again, being direct. This is a lovely little pass out to Martinez. Maybe a couple of years ago he would have had the speed when he cut inside there, he would have had that extra yard of pace that he'd been able to finish. But yeah, promising for Birmingham again. It just looks like every time Pasha gets the ball, he's going to be a threat. The team they need to see like that is where they're going to get a lot of joy today.
200th appearance in the USL Championship last week for Enzo Martinez. He is in rare company. One of only 3 players in the history of the league with 40+ goals and 30 or more assists. He's had a good year this year, 6 goals, 3 assists. No pressure here as Alejandro Mitrano, the 25-year-old Venezuelan, builds inside to Carlton. Stauffer on the right side. Stauffer has time. He will cross. And the ball was inviting for Oteng. A near connection between Stauffer and Oteng there.
Yeah, it was a nice ball from Stauffer in the end. It's almost perfectly onto Oteng with pace into the right area. Oteng just almost got ahead of Roof to get on the end of it.
Here's Pato Faz. Across to Preston. It's past his foot. Mistrap there from Preston, but he keeps it alive. And he's earned a throw in.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit unfortunate. It was a little bobble, just went over Preston's foot. But good from Pato as well. Holding onto the ball. He was in the similar area to where he scored at the weekend. I thought he might have tried to open up and get a strike.
The eye of an ex-player there from Andrew Driver, confirmed there by Preston. He told his teammate it bobbled.
I've used that excuse a few times.
Corner kick coming.
It's the classic when the ball used to go under your foot and you look at the grass as if the grass had something to do with it.
I once had a coach. He would miss-hit it, errant shot. He looked down at his cleats, playing his cleats. Yeah. There's nothing more shameful than that.
Yeah, it's a classic, isn't it?
Good craftsman never blames his tools. Jarrito's corner kick towards the spot and clear. A Stauffer, good lunge to get there, and he found a good ball. It's back in the mix. It's fallen inside the 6. A back heel attempted by Zali, but all that play is because of Stauffer keeping it alive.
Yeah, and ball out to, he did really well to get it out to Ingram on the right hand side, and that's 2 crosses in the last 5 minutes with quality for the Lights, and it fell to Zal in the end. I'm not sure that was a defender's finish. I'm not sure what the back heel was, but he's in the right spot. We've seen him get a goal against was it New Mexico?
Tampa Bay, yeah.
No, Tampa Bay. He's got the game last week, so he's obviously gets into the right positions, and yeah, all about the delivery from this man Ingram.
Ingram following Stauffer's cross. The 2 best chances of the night for Las Vegas have come from that right channel. Mitrano. Birmingham content to sit back on a 98-degree night, conceding the space, and now they step higher against Leo Diaz. Slightly feels like Diaz has to take a little bit off. He's got a good boot, but at some point you're just bypassing your forward line.
Yeah, just giving the ball away, aren't you? You've got to give yourself a chance. The whole with a goalkeeper like that, you've got to use it to your advantage. He has the ability to boom it, but he also has the ability to clip a ball into the striker. You don't have to go power a lot of the time. You can work on getting the ball into Pato's chest, keep the ball, hold the ball up, and then go from there.
Nico Brett went down. No foul given. A veteran of the USL Championship, 30-year-old Jamaican. He scored 4 times this year. $18 goals, 20-21 for Nico Brett. The last 2 with New Mexico. He's now back with Birmingham. Oteng's cross clipped in. They have clipped the crossbar. Van Oko was scrambling. It's an interesting play.
It was bizarre, wasn't it? The ball looked like it was going out. The goalkeeper didn't react, and it fell. I think it was it Stauffer coming in the back post with no one around him, and it could have been. I think Stauffer was himself surprised when the ball landed to him.
Mitrano, slightly too far in front of Andrew Carlton. No pressure on the center back. It's a direct ball to Brett. It's a good one. Brett touches to himself and good cover. Zali, backside help for Mitrano. That's good center back play there.
Yeah, I've been quite critical on the Lights being beaten by 1 ball, and critical because they haven't had any support. But this one, it was a long ball up. Brett looked like he was favourite. He outstrengthed Mitrano, but this time the Lights had that second defender covering, and that's exactly what you need.
Enzo Martinez clipping it to the back post. Free header is in. Juan Agudelo on the score sheet. You mentioned the threat in the air from Juan Agudelo. It materializes a half hour in, and Birmingham have a lead at Cashman.
Oh, it's a goal with great quality, isn't it? It's, as a former winger, this is what you want to see. Brilliant from brilliant in the attack. The cross was absolute pinpoint, right on the head. Martinez just went down to the line and just dug it up to the back post. And Agudelo, how he's going back from goal and how he's got enough power to beat Diaz, it's just quality. Just perfect ball, perfect header. And a number 9, that is a atypical number 9 goal from Juan Agudelo. And we mentioned it earlier, that's the ability he has.
Leads into a hydration break. Agudelo, his 3rd of the season, matching his 3-goal return in the Open Cup. As Birmingham had a good run. They lost to Inter Miami in the last round before beating Charlotte. But when you see him in person, you go to a game and you watch physically Juan Agudelo, one of the most gifted attackers in the USL Championship. He's a physically imposing player, and you saw that as he just skied over Luke Stauffer. Stauffer had no chance.
Yeah, so when I was at the Dynamo, we played against him when he was in New England, and I think that was when he was a young guy at the time, but like he was bullying defenders. He was a big guy, and he had that ability, and he was scoring goals at the time as well. And that's why we mentioned before the game, only 3 goals from him this season. That's a surprise to me because of the abilities he has, and he's just highlighted what is the best part of his game in that goal. That is a towering, like Alan Shearer-esque number 9 headed goal.
Agudelo taking the hydration break. Tom Sohn, 5th-year head coach. Interesting setup with Jay Heaps, the former Revolution head coach and center back. He's now the president and GM. Tom Sohn is the head coach. Good partnership there. They've worked together so long. Sohn, a good track record. He was with DC United 2004 to 2009, won an MLS Cup and a Supporter Shield as an assistant. And then won a Shield and a US Open Cup as the head coach. Back in play after the Agudelo goal and the hydration break. 3rd of the regular season, 6th in all competitions for Agudelo. That's 7 last year. After joining after the opening game. 47 goals in his MLS career. He's played for the national team. 28 caps.
I wouldn't have said it was. I didn't know he got that many caps. 28. That's a real good haul, isn't it?
And born in Colombia, raised in the U.S. Represented the U.S. at the U17, U20, U23 levels. Very interesting. He joined one of your former teammates, Jeff Cameron, at Stoke City. Jeff Cameron went there in 2012. Agudelo went there 2 years later, but then he was loaned to FC Utrecht in the Netherlands.
Which is a good club as well. I played there when I was in Holland. Great stadium, like real good fan base, and a nice city as well. I think he will have enjoyed his time there.
Now Van Oekel with the restart, and really this is the third game in 8 days, Andrew, but it really feels like rinse and repeat for Las Vegas. Not playing poorly at home, but just asleep for a moment or two, and again a third straight home deficit inside the first half.
Yeah, you've got to start giving yourself a chance, haven't you?
There's a cross from the left to the back post. Enzo Martinez cannot keep it down. He was slightly pushed off there by Bagley, and nearly a second for Enzo Martinez.
Well, he's got his head in his hands because he knows this is a golden opportunity. Great ball into him, right on the money, and he's a total miss it. He's tried to just not put power on it. He's tried to put the side foot, and he's just miscued it completely. And going back to the lights, they've got to give themselves a chance. You're struggling in the league this year, but you've got to stop giving up silly goals. If they've played fairly well again, the shape and the patterns of play when they have the ball are improving, but defensively you can't go behind every game.
So here's a tactical question for you, Andrew, because Agudelo is a smart player. He's been around the block. He's drifting purposely on to Stauffer, the much smaller player compared to the center back. We'll get back to this question in a moment as Oteng comes forward and he overhits it. Does the center back, either Zali or Mitrano, need to follow him there and send Stauffer somewhere else?
No, you can't. If you play that game, it's too difficult. When you're in the box, you've got to mark your area and mark your man. Whoever's on you, unfortunately, Stauffer he's a smaller guy. He's got to take responsibility. You've got to find a way of putting your body in the way and stopping him from rising above you. And sometimes you just got to hold your hand up. But when you start moving things around, it becomes even easier for a striker because they'll just play that off you.
A good run here. Preston gets on the end of it. There's 4 in the box. Carlton spinning. Carlton shot blocked. Excellent block. Alex Kronayale got to the ground quickly. A very important block there from the center back.
Yeah, again, Tabor Teka, Preston, the man on the right-hand side, making the opportunity. I thought Carlton was going to hit it first time. We saw it on Tuesday, he hit one first time like that for the goal.
Here is Preston, saved by Van Oekel. Really good first touch.
Again, Preston, he's just a threat all day, isn't he? And a good opportunity, this time just not enough power on the strike, and that man Ingram's crossball, the touch, yeah, what a control that was. Ingram's absolutely drilled that pass into him, onto his chest, and Preston one touch and finish. Just not enough power on the strike.
I do think that ball was intended for Stauffer on the overlap, and then it was so good, it was right onto the chest. And Preston said, I'm going to take this out of the air.
Yeah, that's what Ingram does, though. He's got a right, he can drill it out there, put the pace on it, and he's basically put it into an area and told his wide man, if you want it, you can go get it.
1-0 Birmingham. Juan Agudelo, the opening goal, his third of the regular season after he scored 3 in the Open Cup. And 7 last year after joining just after the start of the season. A good ball, nice leave here. Enzo Martinez over the bar. Best build-up tonight for Birmingham. Midfielder to attacker and a layoff to Martinez.
They've got quality, haven't they? It's a great ball into Nico Brett's feet. Just one touch layoff to Martinez. Brilliant first touch. And with the amount of goals they scored this season, I would have fancied him to at least hit the target then. Poor finish in the end. But build-up of real quality from Birmingham.
Enzo Martinez, 6 goals, now 4 assists, combined 10 goal contributions for the veteran. A 32-year-old native of Uruguay. Carlton. He's found Bagley with space. Oteng Cuts inside. Here's Bushu. Out to Stauffer.
Bushy just goes about his game quietly, doesn't he? No nonsense in there. Just links the play when he needs to, but he's one of those players that doesn't get any of the headlines, but just steady play every week. He went off early in the previous game. I'm not sure if there was an issue he had, but in the last few weeks he's played that number 6 role very well.
Andrew Carlton bending in. Another good save from Van Oekel. Van Oekel had a good read on it. Could see it from quite a bit out, but a good effort from Andrew Carlton.
But that's the best thing from Carlton. He's not giving up, is he? He's continuing to get in these opportunities. This time he's just opened his body up and tried to bend one into the far corner. A good strike, but Van Oekel, it was kind of a photograph save, wasn't it? One easy save, really, but one for the cameras.
One for the grandkids.
Yeah, exactly.
Corner kick here for Las Vegas, second of the night, presented by Jarritos. It is Ingram to deliver, 1 assist on the season. And a clearance from the captain, Kavita. Captain play by Carlton. Not quite. I thought it was in. It's not. It's a throw into Birmingham.
I thought it was very close then, wasn't it? A good work rate from him, though. He's winning the ball back. As the season's going on, he's getting better and better. Like at the start of the season on the left-hand side, I thought he was just in and out of the game. He didn't stamp his authority on it. And then I think in the number 10 position, he's getting more touches, he's more involved, and he's getting sharper and more confident. Just needs that goal. Well, as soon as that first goal comes, I think he could go on and score a few.
Here's Bagley. Last year, Inter Miami 2, 15 appearances in MLS Next Pro. Played in USL League 2 with Boston Bolts 2 years ago. Now he's in Las Vegas. Good run from Preston. Look at this from Preston. Still alive. He found Carlton. Scoop pass back to Preston. Over the bar. Nearly spectacular from Las Vegas. Even a handshake from Van Oekel for that effort from Preston.
That's just absolutely ridiculous. Like the ability, he's done a step over. Before the replay there, he's already beat 2 men. The lovely little dink over the top by Carlton, and if that goes in, it's one of the goals of the season, isn't it? Not the greatest finish, but the ability running with the ball Preston has it's just breathtaking.
Ultra rare, a little dab there from the opposing goalkeeper. You'll hardly ever see that.
What's this?
Just a little bit of like congratulations from the opposing goal. It's called dab, like the young kids say it these days. You know, a little handshake, a little high five.
Oh, to Preston for what he nearly just did. Yeah, well, I'm not wondered. The goalkeeper obviously feels pretty lucky.
From Van Oekel.
Going back to the dab.
All right, so dab technically is like another gesture, like a slanted arm, but I think it's known as kind of like a contemporary high five.
Okay.
A little fist bump, a little hand, a little dab. A little touch there. And just remind the audience, Andrew is younger than me. Here's a cross. It's off the post and out. So close to a tying goal. Here comes Pasture back the other way.
Well, you can't get closer, can you? Brilliant from Preston again, and a good strike across the goalkeeper, exactly what you want it, and so unfortunate for the Lights, because that could have landed anywhere. It's just ended up ricocheting out of the box, but brilliant from the Lights again.
Here's Bagley into the mix as Pato Foss sliding to keep it alive. Vegas just snake bitten here tonight. They've come close multiple times, that time off the post. There's Nico Brett slowing things down with an eye forward.
Yeah, but you can see the signs, right? You can see the Lights. They're playing so much better, so much more creative, creating opportunities.
Last opportunity for Las Vegas Lights. It was Preston setting it up.
It's that man again, he's just so positive, runs at the defenders, that when you're in the box, you know the defender's going to struggle to tackle you. He's done everything right, and on another day that falls to Pato and he taps it in. When the luck's with you, when the luck's not with you, it's just not with you, is it?
That's just the rub of the green for Las Vegas, not going their way right now.
That's the saying. Birmingham, since they've taken the lead, they've not really. They were looking like they were going to take the game by the scruff of the neck, and they've kind of just gone into their shell a little bit. Since the goal, the Lights have actually improved.
Carlton over the top, over hit, and then for Oteng, then Oko will roll it out. Pasher, good first touch. Keeps the momentum going forward. Finds Enzo Martinez. He knocks it down. It's back to Pasher. Good build up. What a goal from Birmingham. Those two combined again. It's Pasher finishing off a great setup with Enzo Martinez.
That's just, we've been treated to 2 goals of just real quality. We mentioned before the game how good these players are, as we see Zali unfortunately down with an injury, but before the game we talked about the qualities of Pasha, Martinez and Agudelo, and all 3 of them have been involved, and what a goal this is from Tyler Pasha. He first came into the midfield, 1-2, round the corner, and then just a first time finish into the bottom corner. Nothing Diaz can do about it. Boy, what a finish.
And even before that, you played the position, you know, the ball Tyler Pasher settled. He could have just sat on it. He could have gone backward. He could have done anything. His first touch took him infield before Vegas was set up, and it created the entire play.
So I used to get criticised for this from Dom Kinnear all the time. I used to always take a touch and keep it still.
Yeah.
He always used to tell me what Tyler Pasha did there is always move the ball when you receive it. So the ball went into Tyler Pasha initially, and his first touch was in the pitch and direct, and by taking that touch it made him instantly turn and run at the defenders, and they opened up the whole play for him. 1-2 and you've got a goal.
Zali's down behind the play.
So he's obviously gone in to try and block it, and the follow through from Tyler Pasha from the strike has landed right on the ankle of Zali.
Zali limping off.
It looks like he's moving okay though. I think he should be good to continue. It looked like a sore one.
And the other thing we've seen in this homestand, Andrew, is opportunism from other teams. New Mexico is at 8 shots, 4 on target. They have 2 goals. It's not like a boatload of chances for these teams, but they've been opportunistic.
Yeah, but you know that was going to come with the quality this team has. They're always going to create some opportunities, and that's what football's about, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's about taking those opportunities and making the most of what you can.
Now put another way, 10 total touches in the opposing box of Birmingham, and they have 2 goals. Now turnover here. Birmingham back the other way. It's Pasher picking over his shoulder. Mitrano in retreat. It is Nico Brett to make it 3. Rebound, Agudelo off the post. I think Diaz got a hand to it. Agudelo, hands in his face. He cannot believe he just missed a second.
Yeah, and I can see why, because what a save this is. It's fallen to him, and it's a brilliant finish. Nico Brett unlucky, good block from Zali. It's a great finish, and it is literally the tip of the fingertips to nudge it onto the post. But you can't give the ball away like that, Bagley. He's giving it to Pasha, the worst person with the pace, and good opportunity again.
Designed free kick here, bending and headed out by Zali. It was there for Prosper Kasim. Good design set piece there from Birmingham Legion. Kativa. Asiadu lost it. Now it's Pato Foss, 3 versus 2 here for Las Vegas. Oteng on the left. Here comes Preston. Preston had a slightly long touch, but he recovers well. Back across. It's Bagley settling it. Bagley with the feint of a shot blocked by Enzo Martinez. And a wild finish from Bushu over the bar.
3v2 for the Lights. Great break from Preston. A lovely little dink ball to the edge of the box with Bagley coming on the back post. I just wanted him to hit it. He's took that extra touch, tried to bring it back onto his left foot, just swing through it with the right foot, get a shot on target.
It is halftime at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. Birmingham Legion have lost 4 straight on the road, but they have a 2-0 lead at halftime thanks to goals from Juan Agudelo and Tyler Pasher. Enzo Martinez, 2 assists tonight, 5 on the season. Andrew, your thoughts on the first 45?
I think this Birmingham team, when they've turned it on and got the ball into the feet of their attacking players, Tyler Pasha, Martinez, they look like they have the quality, and 2 great goals. But the Lights, on the other hand, they've played well. They've created opportunities. They had one opportunity that hit the post from Preston, who's probably been the best player on the pitch, which is saying something. Just unfortunately, a couple of quality goals from Birmingham has them ahead at the half.
Halftime in Las Vegas. World's largest water balloon fight coming up. But work to do for Las Vegas, trying to turn around this 2-0 deficit. Agudelo in the 31st minute, Pasher in the 45th, both assisted by Enzo Martinez. After one half, it's 2-0 Birmingham Legion FC.
Says yes to you. Yes! Close by and up the road on North Decatur, just off US 95. Friendly makes it easy with a huge selection of Ford vehicles, including Escape, Explorer, Bronco, F-150, and more. Now with free pickup and delivery for all of your service needs. Friendly Ford, your neighborhood Ford dealership, minutes away from anywhere, delivering you the best in customer satisfaction in sales, service, parts, and body shop.
Friendly Ford, get more.
This tiny payment thing is a giant pain.
Hi, ladies. Alex from US Bank. Can she help?
How about a comprehensive point of sale system that can track inventory, manage schedules,
and customize orders?
That's what US Bank Business Essentials is for. What about a new oven? Can US Bank help us there?
We can serve loans in as fast as 12 minutes. That would be a big help.
Huge.
Jumbo. Ginormous.
Woo! Woo! Finding ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. We'll get there together.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
For over 60 years, AARP has empowered people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. We are AARP.
Welcome back, Cashman Field in Las Vegas. You are not witnessing a bunch of field invaders. These folks were allowed on the field as Cashman Field tries to break the world record Participants in a water balloon fight, an annual tradition. And what do you think so far of the form here in 2023?
Well, we're back at the favourite time of the year, isn't it? The grand old water balloon fight. Seen some father on daughter crime so far. A lot of youngsters feeling the brute of it. It is a brutal water fight. It really is.
This does look a little more violent than last year.
Yeah, and we have the car in the middle throwing out grenades left, right and centre.
We've oftentimes seen two sides, right? Kind of two groups going out to this one looks like a real free-for-all. We've seen some close contact, but nothing in the face. I think anything is in play except two areas, the face and one other.
Yeah, you never want one in the face, but sometimes when you're in the battle, you have to do some things that aren't frowned upon at times, you know. So, and I do like how it's been split up this year. So there'll be a few bombs getting thrown. You see that guy's played baseball. He's got the hat on. He's got the wind up.
Yeah, Cash is going to have to dry clean that suit after this water balloon fight.
Well, it's water. He's getting clean. 2 for 1. But overall, very fun. There's a couple of babies in the crowd. There's a couple of tears there. See some tears. A lot more smiles, though.
There is a good track record on the field. The last 3 times they have hosted this, Las Vegas has won 2 out of 3. So they're hoping for a turnaround in the second half, down 2-0 here tonight against Birmingham.
Yeah, you know what? Soccer and tradition and trying to keep runs going.
The most important thing, everyone is smiling. No one looks hurt. This is harmless fun on a hot night in July in Las Vegas. Go in the back of the truck at your own peril, and your driver. 2-0 at halftime. Birmingham leading Las Vegas.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Michelson behind. Now it comes for Valesky. Tries to leave it there for Gleedle. Sam Gleedle. It's a tap-in for Christian Valesky. And Monterey Bay are absolutely flying tonight. Bomasoso. Right through the middle. Johnny Rodriguez. Rodriguez scores! Something out of nothing for the Oakland Roots.
News and notes from across the USL Championship presented by Security National Mortgage. A big move for Neil Collins. We saw his team compete against Las Vegas last weekend, and he's on his way to Barnsley after 86 wins, 4th all-time in the championship.
Oh, massive move for him. Barnsley is one of those teams that they can get into the championship, they can do well, so it's a big achievement to be managing a club of that size, and it's just off and it's great for the USL, isn't it? Moving a manager being successful in the USL, getting an opportunity in another country.
Legendary numbers for Aiden Quinn, 24th player to hit 50 goals last week, and is just one assist away from 50-50. He'll be the first in USL Championship history. We've always enjoyed watching it in Quinn.
Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? He's got so much ability. He's great on the set piece as well, and yeah, just continues to show that consistency, and it's a great achievement.
And the USL Championship returns on ESPN2. Golden State Showdown. Monterey hosting Oakland July 15th. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. That's next Saturday. Here's the upcoming schedule presented by Pink Box Donuts. Which one is on your mind?
For me, obviously, with the light, we're watching the lights a lot. The Rio Grande and Orange County, two teams that have struggled a little bit this year, but they're within touching distance of the playoffs, but they have to go on a run.
Two teams in very good form, El Paso and San Antonio. El Paso just had a 12-game unbeaten run ended. San Antonio, of course, the defending champs. And then Memphis and Oakland on Wednesday. Here's some scores across a busy Saturday. FC Tulsa winning at Indy 11. Pittsburgh and Sacramento scoreless. A lot of people had that one circled. One of the best in the West against one of the best in the East. And Tampa Bay without Neil Collins, a 3-0 thumping of Oakland. Here is the Western Conference table presented by 5-6 Productions. Entering play today, you see Sacramento at the top. San Antonio, last year's champ, 2 points back. A big crowd at the top. Here it's 2-0. Birmingham Legion leading. Goals from Juan Agudelo and Tyler Pasher. Enzo Martinez, 2 more assists. Work to do for Las Vegas in the second half.
Grandpa was a lawyer in Cuba. Dad was one of the first Spanish-speaking lawyers in Nevada. Alex and Orlando grew up with justice in their blood, and they've built De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury on a legacy of fighting and winning for their clients. If you've been hurt, they will stand by you every step of the way, like family, because family would never let you settle for less than you deserve. De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury. Our family will fight for yours.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
For over 60 years, AARP has empowered people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. We are AARP.
It's time to get back to making memories and enjoying your favorite activities with family and friends. Don't let aches, pains, or an injury slow you down. The therapists at Dignity Health Physical Therapy are here for you. With convenient locations throughout Nevada, Dignity's clinical experts will get you back to life. Go to dignityhealthpt.com to schedule an appointment. Dignity Health Physical Therapy believes movement is medicine and wants to help you experience the power of physical therapy today.
Las Vegas Light Soccer is presented by Nevada Donor Network. Together we give life. By Hot 97.5 FM, today's hottest music. By Great Clips, it's gonna be great. And by Nissan. We make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. A gorgeous night in Las Vegas. We look at the stats from this first half. What stands out to you, Andrew Driver?
Well, I think the fact that the Lights ended up with 53% of possession. When they went one down, they started to get back into the game, because there was one point after 20 minutes, the Legion had 60% possession. So it's another disappointing night for the Lights in terms of they're behind, but they played very well.
Matt Peterson with Andrew Driver, the former Houston Dynamo midfielder. How can Las Vegas turn this around?
Well, they've shown they can create opportunities. I'm sure they'll get a goal at some point. Preston's been outstanding, so they just need to keep plugging away, get the ball into Carlton, get the ball to Preston, and hopefully those opportunities will come.
Set for the start of the second half. Las Vegas and Birmingham Legion, they played to a scoreless draw last year in Alabama. This year, the visitors from Birmingham have a 2-0 lead as they try and end a 4-match losing run away from home. Here we go in the second half. Las Vegas is in black, Birmingham's in red. Goals from Agudelo and Tyler Pasher, both assisted by Enzo Martinez in that first half. Cross comes from the left, and it's out for a corner kick for Las Vegas.
Yeah, good positive start from Vegas to start the second half. Go forward, a nice little worked goal kickoff, and they've got the ball into their early corner kick to try and get back into the game.
Ingram to take the corner kick. And it's flicked on by Paz, back across the face of goal and out for a goal kick.
You have to say this Birmingham team, though, the quality they have, they've got to be a sleeper for one of the teams that could go on a run in this championship this year.
If they hold on to this lead, they'll pull even with Memphis for 5th in the East. They'll be a point back of Louisville City. I agree. I mean, the quality is there. There's a win from Enzo Martinez. He wins it from Zali. Enzo Martinez is in, off to his right. He could have gone for goal. Instead, he looked for his 3rd assist of the night.
Zali dilly-dallying on the ball, gives the ball away. Martinez nicks it off him. And I mentioned he maybe lost a bit of pace, but he actually had enough pace to get there. And so unselfish. If that's me, I'm trying to bend that round the goalkeeper. He's tried to lay it in for his teammate, and a lucky escape for the Lights.
Enzo Martinez, magical. One of 3 players in league history, 40 goals, 30 assists. Another impressive year for him. 2 assists tonight, 5 on the year. He has 6 goals to his name. MVP season last year for Birmingham. 15 goals, 8 assists. Also, team leader in tackles won. A lot of the defensive metrics he was at the top of. Tackles, chances created. This guy is still producing at age 32.
Yeah, and he's just got so much quality. The cross in the first half was outstanding, and then just a nice little 1-2 with Pasha for the second. He's been a threat all night, hasn't he?
Las Vegas, no wins, 1 draw, 5 losses when trailing at halftime in the USL Championship this season. Birmingham, meanwhile, 4 wins, 1 draw when they lead at halftime. So a team with a very good track record when leading at the break, Birmingham Legion FC. Here comes Preston. Long strides here to Borchadaka. Preston peeking to his left. Intended for Carlton, it's cleared. Ingram, clip ball. Out comes Van Opel to make the claim. He will roll it out here as the game opens up here early second half.
Yeah, bit too much flight on that from Ingram, wasn't it? Not enough pace or whip on the delivery. Easy for the goalkeeper.
Zali steps forward to win it. It is Stauffer. Pato Faz, long touch. And it's back for Zali. Justin Ingram Ingram in his second pro season last year with Indy 11, 30 appearances. Free kick given over Eager that time from Anderson Asiadu, the 26-year-old from Ghana. Asiadu in his 4th season with Birmingham Legion FC.
Just putting pressure on, wasn't it? It is a foul, but that's what you want from your number 6. Carlton is a danger. You want your number 6, your defensive midfielder, to track those dangerous players and not give Carlton a second piece when he has the ball.
Stauffer, good ball here. Utrano trying to cross it. And those are those moments where you have a center back trying to make the cross. He has Preston right behind him. Don't you think the defender needs to just find the attacking player's feet there?
Especially when he's trying to cross the ball with his weaker foot as well.
Here comes a change for Isidro Sanchez. Zach Carroll, typically the starter. He comes off the bench tonight to replace Timothy Zali 5 minutes into the second half.
You have to maybe ask the question, is Zali injured from when he tried to block the goal? Carroll, maybe a little bit of anger from Zali as well. I think frustration. He gave the ball away about 5 minutes ago, where he nearly gave a goal away. As a defender, those ones hurt, and when you get taken off, you can't make amends for it. Carroll has something to prove, doesn't he? I think maybe it wasn't his best performance against New Mexico on Tuesday, so he'll want to come on with a bit of fire to show what he can do to make amends as well.
Zach Carroll, veteran, 29 years of age, last year with Memphis 901. His 3rd season there. It's all the way back to Van Oekel. Enzo Martinez back for Agudelo. Ago's one of these players at this age. He doesn't need many touches on the ball. He kind of drifts, and then kind of by design, then he'll pop up when the defenders have fallen asleep and scores the goal.
Yeah, for being like a big number 9 striker, he does like to drift off into those left wing areas, doesn't he? So he's never just been central, which makes it difficult to pick up. He's always coming up in different areas.
Here he is. He's deeper than Enzo Martinez.
It's kind of like it's a funny formation, isn't it? It's on paper it's 4-3-3, but Martinez, who you would expect to be the number 10 player, plays more of the figurehead. Nico and Pasha go on either side. They're never really in one position, and then Agudelo, who on the team sheet would be the number 9 striker, comes and plays on the left-hand side. It's a lot of movement.
Yeah, it feels like it's a 4-4-2 in defense, but I think Enzo Martinez, we talked about the stats from last year. He's number 1 in tackles. He does a lot of the dirty work. I think he's kind of built to lead the press at times.
Yeah, you saw when he created the opportunity, when he nicked the ball off Zali not long ago. He's very good at pressing, and he's actually can move very well on the press.
Last year led Birmingham in tackles and tackles won.
Oh, that is very impressive for someone who can be so productive as well.
There's another long boot. All the way back to Leo Diaz. Space here. And they're dropping very deep, just inviting the pressure from Stauffer.
You get the sense that Birmingham, they've got the 2-goal lead in the heat. They're maybe just going to, second half, to say, hey, just sit in and we'll catch them on the counter-attack. It's on Las Vegas now to have to chase the game. Birmingham can just sit in and just say, okay, you can have possession as long as you don't hurt us.
Moses Mensah, he gets the start tonight. He's 24 years old from Ghana, played for the Ghanaian U18 national team. Great career at Campbell University, and now he's with Birmingham. Leo Diaz. Mitrano. Carlton. A little high for Preston. It does feel like Vegas trying to build a bit more than the first half. We saw a lot of direct balls from Leo Diaz. hit well past Pato Vaz. More of a methodical build here from Las Vegas early second half.
And I think that's because Birmingham's going to allow them to. They're not going to press as high up as they did in the first half. They've already got the lead. They don't need to force the issue, especially when you're in the heat of Vegas. It's difficult to maintain a press for 90 minutes anyway. So Vegas are going to have a lot of possession. And honestly, for Vegas, they're 2 goals down, but again, on the ball, they're showing signs, aren't they? They've improved a lot, and it'll be difficult for Coach Sanchez to be massively disappointed, because on the ball they've been fairly good.
Carroll with Diaz. Carlton. Diaz under pressure here from Nico Brett. Carroll picks his head up. Space here for Bushu. Ingram has loads of space. Wide for Bagley. Back for Ingram. Ingram probing. Well, no look pass there from Ingram. Has found Bagley, edge of the box. Bagley looking for space. Carlton back central, laid off by Foz for Carlton. He runs into a teammate in Bagley.
Nice little play there, wasn't it? All the way from the defence, all the way up, probably a sequence of 20 plus passes. And it was just unfortunate they tackled each other in the end.
Preston took a shot, stays on his feet. Heavy shoulder challenge that time from Moses Mensah. The Ghanaian going shoulder to shoulder there with the Cameroonian. And again, this is about midway through the season, but this is an entirely new team. A total roster overhaul from last year to this. Last year with LAFC as an affiliate, this year a new independent club. And you see those moments where they're still learning how to play one another. Bagley and Carlton going into the same space.
Yeah, but I think that they are going into the same space, and they are learning to play with each other, but they're definitely improving.
Really good first touch there. It's into Carlton, and he's forced a good save at the near post from Matt Van Oekel.
Again, good play. Oteng this time going all the way to the byline, whipping it, well, not whipping it, cutting it back to Carlton again, and in that little space, you can't say Carlton's not getting opportunities. He's finding himself in great positions. This time he just tries to take the pace from on the ball and just guide it towards goal. I think Van Oekel tips it wide to be more safe than sorry, because it wasn't going to go in the end.
Short corner kick presented by Harito. Second header clears the box from Nico Brett. Stauffer, good vision, back where it came from. Wide to Ingram. Ingram delivers into a crowd at the near post. Some shouts for a penalty from Pato Vaz. That's good from Birmingham in tight spaces. And Carlton getting frustrated there, committing the foul. Right in the back of Anderson Asiadu. Let's go back to the penalty shot from Pato Vaz.
Into Vaz, he's taken a good touch in the box. The pressure that you would expect from the defender from Birmingham, he was under pressure. It's a shout. If you're a striker, you're always going to claim for it, aren't you? He came in behind him. You've always got to be careful as a goalkeeper when it was Cronale who put in the tackle.
Alex Cronale, the Ohio native, former homegrown with Columbus Crew. Now in his 4th season with Birmingham Legion FC.
So on Tuesday we witnessed New Mexico coming ahead at half-time. They looked comfortable and they just started slipping back into play negative. And the game in the second half has started the way Birmingham's playing. You can see similarities between the two teams. But it's so difficult when you switch off and say we're going defensive. It can be difficult to close out games. If Vegas get a goal, Birmingham are then going to have to really find that extra will to go the whole 90 minutes to try and win the game.
Good work from Bushu. Bending ball, good vision there from Stauffer. He's trying to bend into the back post for Pato Vaz. You're right, because you allow one, it's hard to get that attack going again if you've turned it off for 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, and we saw that with New Mexico. They went from looking really comfortable in the game to not even being able to keep any possession and just sitting deeper and deeper, and we saw what the result was. The Lights came back and got a last-minute equaliser.
Corner kick, Las Vegas Lights. It will be Ingram to deliver. Justin Ingram from the corner flag, the Indianapolis native. That's towards the near post. Agudelo heads away. It's back to Oateng. Oateng bending it. Headed back across the face. It put in by Foz. He may have taken it from Preston, but no matter. Foz on the score sheet. And on the hour mark, Las Vegas within a goal.
And there's the goal we said was coming. The Lights, it was another great ball into the box. And I'll tell you what, Pato tried his best to miss it, didn't he? A great ball from Oateng, all the way to the back post. Zach Carroll making amends for last week, coming on his bench, getting an assist. And who was it in the end who got the final touch? Was it Pato or was it Preston? Great ball from Oateng, lovely header from Carroll. And I think it's Preston with the goal.
It is hard to tell from that angle, one or the other. Who celebrates more? They're neither interested in celebrating, they want to get back.
Both of them tried the best to miss it, didn't they? A gaping goal, and they've only just hit the side netting. But now Birmingham have a problem. You've gone defensive in the second half. You've let a goal in, and 2-1 is a difficult score.
Tabor Tadaka Preston with the goal. He's trying to fire up the fans. Workmanlike goal. His third of the season.
It's funny, isn't it? His performance, he's been dazzling running, he's used his pace, and then his goal comes from a tap-in from 2 yards.
Hit the post in the first half, had a spectacular run. This will be given back to Las Vegas. You like this rule change when it hits the referee? He can decide whether to let play on or give it back to the team that had it?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it takes a lot of the contention away from when the referee gets in the way.
Chalk that one up. It's a modern rule change Andrew Driver does like.
I know, yeah. I'm changing, obviously. Modern soccer. What's next? VAR.
What's a recent rule change that you don't like? Putting you on the spot here?
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of VAR, for starters. I think I like the way football, you talk about the wrong decisions after the game. It makes talking points.
Oh, back heel from Preston. It's Stauffer in the box. He's going 1v3, looking for a way through. Shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Stauffer pulls it back. And a free kick is given. That was physical there between Luke Stauffer and Moses Mensah.
It's just brilliant though from Stauffer. He's got so much energy. He's got down that line. He's not got it first time, second time, but he's just kept going. And in the end, he's given away a free kick and let Birmingham off with it. But just good tenacity. I think he's obviously fell over the ball there. You saw it, but it wasn't a penalty. He didn't even claim for it. But look at him, just keeps going.
Here comes Birmingham. You can see the difference in tactics on show here with Matt Van Oekel taking as long as possible around his field players to get forward.
You see, the whole mentality has just changed, hasn't it? And it's the exact same New Mexico, what happened to New Mexico. But you can see how it does happen. Teams come to the heat, and the second half is going to be a struggle as it is. But as soon as you just switch on that negative mentality, it must just be so difficult to try and see out the game.
That's a thumping header onside, and now the flag comes up on Nico Brett. Opportunistic there from Moses Mensah, putting his attacker in play. Restart coming here from Zach Carroll.
can see there that's such an easy pass into Ingram. Birmingham has just got massive holes.
It's fallen to Preston, back to Carlton. He is squeezed off. Enough red shirts to deal with that, but that was another good chance built for Las Vegas Lights. Little layoff there from Carlton. That was cheeky in the path of Pato Faz.
But going back to my point, just a simple pass through, and the Lights have almost scored. The Birmingham and the defense is just getting deeper and deeper, and you could see the frustration for Enzo Martinez because he's turned around and there was no midfield or defenders in sight. He's gone to press, and it just means the Lights are getting so much possession and opportunities.
Preston earns a corner kick. His touch off the foot of Kavita.
It just didn't fall for either of them to be able to get the strike, did it? Preston just couldn't get the ball out of his feet in time to hit the target, and then same happened to Carlton. But so promising, and the character of this Vegas team. You're bottom of the league. You've not had much luck this year. You go 2 down at home, and they've just not given.
Yep, great effort, good energy all second half from Las Vegas. Justin Ingram will deliver another corner kick. Long distance effort, that's going to sail into the stands. Looked like Bagley sliding over. Ambitious hit.
That got you excited for a second though, didn't it? It just felt perfectly. There was a perfect space to just hit it. I think it was potentially Bushu with the strike. No, you're right, Bagley with it on his right hand side. He's hit it well, just very, very ambitious.
Goal kick here for Van Oekel from Chesapeake, Virginia. He's been all over the North American soccer pyramid. Preston lets it run. Beautiful here from Preston. Agudelo tries to take him down. He can't. Preston crossing. It's spilled. Tying goal from Carlton. Vegas have fought back and have tied it up. And a big smile for Andrew Carlton. His first goal of the season.
We said in the first half it was coming, didn't we? And he's just deserved that. He's playing this number 10 role, and he arrives in the box very Paul Scholes-esque, like last second into the space. He's had some ambitious efforts recently, but again, this man Preston down the line, what a cross. Like absolutely perfect. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. He has to come, and there is Carlson running into that space, and he won't have an easier finish. But absolutely incredible from the Lights, honestly. At half time you thought this could be 3 or 4, and they've just started the second half with a great attitude. They've got that goal and they've just worked their way back into it, and they've got the opportunity to go and win the game now.
An immediate change here from Tom Song as he goes to the bench. Diva and Wegbo, the 21-year-olds raised in the state of Georgia. And Wegbo just entered for Nico Brett. And then Matthew Corcoran, he's 16-year-old from Dallas. He's come on to replace Prosper Kassim. Corcoran, the Dallas product of the FC Dallas Academy, signed by Birmingham January of last year. He was 15 years of age at the time.
So if you're Coach Zone now for Birmingham Legion, you're wondering what's just happened, aren't you? You've gone in at half-time. I bet it was so positive at half-time. And now 20 minutes later, you're wondering how you're going to get back into the game.
And Wegbo just into the match, waiting for support. Away from Carroll, and Wegbo infield. Good defending from Stauffer. And there's Carlton fighting for that second ball. Agudelo faces up. Free kick given to Las Vegas. Agudelo is over-eager against Ingram. And look at Preston trying to fire up the home supporters.
He's been on it tonight, hasn't he? He really has been on it. He's got a goal, he's got an assist. But and the fans are... You know, the one thing fans appreciate is character and the team actually caring for the team, and little things like that always go a long way. But you can't say this team hasn't. They've worked hard. Oh.
And now a shaky back pass. It's on here for Birmingham. Enzo Martinez off the post. It came from Nwegbo. Enzo Martinez 2 assists tonight. That time had a chance for his first tally.
Oh, and you would put the house on him to score it, wouldn't you? Oteng, just really silly mistake, a bad pass, and the Lights almost punished. After all that effort to get back into the game, it would have been a shocker to give up a goal there. So lucky for the Lights not to go back behind. But Enzo Martinez, with his quality, you're expecting it to nestle in the back of the net.
A mishandle from Leo Diaz, and there's a shot. I think going back, you have to give Leo Diaz credit. Good positioning. It was off the post, but I loved how far out Diaz came to kind of cut down the ankle, make it difficult there for Enzo.
Oh, he definitely made it difficult, especially when Enzo cut back inside onto his right foot. Diaz made himself big, took off the angle, and in the end it was a difficult chance for Martinez, but Birmingham seemed to have just lifted the tempo that little bit. Maybe the equaliser was really giving them a shock.
I have been impressed with Leo Diaz this season. He always seems in good position. He's that fine line of being aggressive but not overly aggressive. He's not getting sent off and giving away penalties. He comes off his line well, but then he kind of stands his ground.
Yeah, he's very Manuel Neuer-esque, isn't he, in the way he plays. Good shot stopper. We've seen him for how many penalties? 2 or 3 this season already that he's saved. And then we see how good he is with his distribution.
Ingram, beautiful ball. The switch is on here. Bagley, top of the box. And frustration there as he tripped under his own boots. A foot race here. Carroll shouldered off the ball. Good strength here off the bench in Nwegbo. And Nwegbo has support. Finds it with Pasher. The first time we've called Pasher's name in the second half after his dominant first half. Nobody stepped into the ball. It's palmed over the crossbar by Leo Diaz.
Yeah, not a bad strike, was it? Coming on the right side, it was Jake Roof who just got so much space. You could tell it. You could see himself convinced it. He's like, actually, I'm gonna have a go here. not the hardest hit ever. I think an easy save for Leo Diaz in the end.
Felt like an NBA game, and the defense was daring the opposing team to take a three-pointer from a guy that shouldn't take threes.
Yeah, exactly. Saying it's Shaq on the edge of the arc.
Yeah, someone asking Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors, please take a three. We want you taking it, not Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. Diaz now will receive treatment. He made the save, may have landed awkwardly on the way down as this leads into a hydration break. Pasher, there's Tom Sohn, the head coach in his 5th season. Good consistency. He joined Birmingham as the first ever head coach back in 2019. Playoffs in their first 2 seasons. Was a scout with Columbus before Birmingham. Was an assistant interim head coach with New England. Deep ties to the president and GM of Birmingham, Jay Heaps.
So does Jay Heaps have ties to Birmingham, or is he from there, or?
I don't know.
How was it the last 3 days?
No, he's from New Hampshire.
You just wonder with Leo Diaz, he's Argentine, he's well-schooled, comes from a great club. If he just took a moment there to kind of give his team a break, maybe sensing the momentum, slipping back to Birmingham and just kind of maybe milking the clock a little, giving his team a 2 or 3 minute break.
Yeah, and that is what I want to see from the Lights as well. We've seen them be a little bit naive at times. I want to see them show that professionalism.
Here comes Preston, bombing forward. He goes down. No whistle. He gets back on the end of it. He will play on. He is crossing. And it's clear.
He just keeps going, doesn't it? And you know the thing is, running with the ball, running at defenders, it doesn't come off all the time. But you see there, that's why you do it.
Low cross. Carlton nearly gets there, but Van Oekel is.
You just got to take a chance sometimes, and just look at how good he is running with the ball under his feet. He's obviously fallen over, but when you take a chance, sometimes you get the ball on the end of it, and he's unfortunate. That could have hit the hand of Pasha there as well.
Asiadu. Long diagonal ball. It's Jake Roof. Enzo Martinez. Return ball for Roof is won by Bagley. There's Pasher facing up. Found Agudelo. Back for Tyler Pasher. Pasher. Pasher has found a pocket there, back to his left, peeking. Oh, he tried to slip it for Agudelo, but just in time, Mitrano slipped in to cut down the pass.
Yeah, nice play from Birmingham, wasn't it? Lovely little pass from Asiadu into Pasha, a good turn, and I was expecting him to hit it. He tried to slip the ball through to Agudelo, but well defended in the end by the Lights. At least with the Lights, we're guaranteed goals, aren't we?
Change coming for Las Vegas Lights as Isidro Sanchez goes to the bench. It will be the hometown hero from last game, Azriel Gonzalez. Second half stoppage time equalizer. He'll replace Eric Oteng. What would you make of Oteng's shift tonight?
I think he's done well again. I think offensively, and that's what he's there for, he's used pace, he's got some good balls into the box, and overall, the Las Vegas attacking players have performed well in this last 3 home games. They've been very good, and a big part of that has been the 2 wide players in Preston and Oteng, because they just spread the opposition's defense is so wide.
Azriel Gonzalez came off the bench. He scored his first goal for Las Vegas Lights, dramatic fashion. Second half stoppage time to take a point from New Mexico United. Great celebration. Shirtless in the corner. In a big moment, Isidro Sanchez, the coach, ran all the way around the field to celebrate in the opposite corner. And a good first touch from Carlton. He spins away from Agudelo.
You just get the feeling that they have that kind of dressing room, don't you? And they haven't had any luck. You've got 10 points on the season so far. A lot of teams would start bickering, they'd start infighting, and you get a chance like that, you get the equaliser, and the team just seems together. And you see tonight, you don't come back from 2 goals down when you're bottom of the league if the team doesn't have quality and a little bit of belief.
Well, as a former player, Andrew, explain to the audience how difficult it is. A brand new team, completely new roster against veteran teams like Birmingham. Many of these players have been with the club 3, 4, and 5 years.
Oh, it's nearly impossible. Like, 11 players together. Most of the time through my career, you played with teams where they've been together 5, 6 years. Everyone knows how each other play. You've had a coach that, in training, you do things like phases of play, so you know exactly where the passes are going to be. But it takes years to train that. This team's had to do it from the beginning, and you're now starting to see the phases of play the Lights have, like in these situations. They're starting to link up more in the passes, and it looks a lot more natural. And they've created, I don't know what the stats are, but I can pretty much guarantee over the last 3 games, they've probably created more than they have on average than earlier in the season.
It has been a better attack. You heard that, 10 points on the season, 7 ties, only 1 win. A lot of those ties away from home in 1-1 fashion, 0-0, not many goals scored, but the goal scoring is coming around. 2 on the 4th of July against New Mexico, 2 tonight against Birmingham. Long diagonal ball off the chest of Preston. He has been energetic all night.
You just won't want to play against him, would you, if you're the left back? And every time he gets the ball, he's looking to run at you. And that is a defender's nightmare. The last thing you want as a fullback is a winger that's got pace and wants to run directly at you and put you on your heels.
Agudelo has gone the distance tonight. Scored his 3rd goal of the regular season. Brilliant header at the back post off a pinpoint delivery from Enzo Martinez. Again, only 5 on the bench for Birmingham tonight, so options are limited for Tom Son. He has gone to Tiba and Wegbo, his 21-year-old attacking player, 2 goals to his name, and the youngster, 16-year-old Matthew Corcoran. Here comes Mensah. Overhit that cross. Then Ravino available off the bench, along with Grayson DuPont, and then you have the backup goalkeeper Trevor Spangenberg. So only 2 more outfield players available for Tom Son for these final 10 minutes plus second half stoppage time.
Yeah, it's not often as a coach you'll probably look at the bench saying, how can I affect this result? And when you don't have those options, it's probably going to be pretty frustrating, especially the way this game's gone in the heat as well.
See the full-time score: Monterey Bay and El Paso scoreless. That is final from Seaside. High line here from Las Vegas. And Wegbo crossing and cleared by Carroll, nearly into his own net, but he had to do something with Pasher looking behind him.
No, he's done well enough, Carroll hasn't. The ball's been whipped in. It's coming with pace. It's on his weaker side. It could have gone anywhere, but well defended, just cleared it away.
Pasher to the corner for Birmingham Legion FC. 5th corner kick of the night for the visitors. Pasher scored his 4th goal of the season. It came in the 45th minute. First year with Birmingham, last season with Houston Dynamo. To the back post, headed back across the face. It's fallen. Enzo Martinez has scored. Hit the post earlier. 2 assists on the night. Now his name on the score sheet. And from a corner kick, Birmingham Legion have regained the lead. Enzo Martinez with his 7th on the year.
He's just one of those players that seems to be in the right place at the right time, isn't he? A long ball in from Pasher, out to the back post, nodded across, and it obviously just fell to that man. And there was no chance he was missing this time. Ball into the edge of the box, to the back post, headed across. Metrano, you want to see Metrano putting everything through that. He's got to just smash it clear. He doesn't manage to. Agudelo puts him off, and he's just literally put a little toe punt on it. And Birmingham getting a lucky escape to be 3-2 back up 3-2.
Yeah, Pato Fonz was on Enzo Martinez the first phase of the corner, then he went to the goal line. Good decision there, defending the corner.
You've got a man on the post, you need to stay on your man. And instead of, the one thing is that you can't be taking a touch in the box from a corner. And the 2 guys on the line have sat and watched him take the touch. You've got to close them down straight away. Don't just stand there.
It's up for Las Vegas. They fought back. 2 goals in short order, 7 minutes apart, but Birmingham have regained the lead through Enzo Martinez. He's had chance after chance. One very unselfish. He passed it when he could have shot it. The other time he hit the post. That time he makes no mistake. 7 goals, 5 assists on the season, as he eclipsed 200 appearances in the USL Championship last week and shows no sign of slowing down.
Well, he's not had a bad night, has he? He's just got so much quality, so much ability. When I say everything seems to go through him, he literally has tonight.
Leo Diaz sprinting off the line to avoid a corner kick. Now they'll consider it actually is a corner kick. It was taken quickly. I thought it was maybe a deep throw-in. And now the whistle is blown, and they might go back for a throw-in. It was a throw-in. A little cheekiness there as he tried to kind of surprise the ref and play it quickly off the corner.
I think it did go out. I did think it was a corner. And the linesman's on all the way on the opposite side. So, is there anyone have a better view than the referee?
And Stiba and Wegbo played the short corner. A smile on his face as the referee, Brad Jensen, looks around and he sees two substitutes about to enter for Las Vegas. Now Danny Rios will enter, a loanee from the Houston Dynamo, and then Andres Jimenez Adenzazu. Miami-born, spent a lot of his life in Colombia. And Justin Ingram will depart. Here's Danny Rios, 20 years of age, Houston Dynamo homegrown. Similar player profile as Ingram, a box-to-box midfielder. And then Bushu, also a like-for-like replacement, with Jimenez Adenzazu replacing Bushu. And then another like-for-like type with Manny Ledesma, number 10, replacing Andrew Carlton. Triple change from Isidro Sanchez here in the 85th minute.
Yeah, I think he's just looking for energy, isn't he? The guys that have come off have put such a good shift in tonight, brought themselves so close to getting another result. And then I think now just get some fresher legs on, see if they can just lift that tempo again for the last push.
Manny Ledesma, 34-year-old Argentine, former USL Championship MVP. Well-traveled last year with Athletic Club Anochia in Chile, a time with Middlesbrough. Saw him last Saturday play as the false 9. Starting the game. Comes off the bench here tonight. He's working with Pato Foz. Foz tried to leave that for Preston. And Van Oekel came out. Veteran goalkeeper covers up.
He's going to be taking his time now, isn't he? I think Birmingham might have learned from their mistakes in this game. They went too deep. They allowed Las Vegas back into it. I think now you'll see them get the ball into these areas and keep the ball in the corner. See out the victory.
Agudelo so strong on the ball, kept it in the corner. Knocked over eventually by Andres Jimenez Adenzazu. Some Colombian ties there. Adrian Adenzazu and Agudelo. Adenzazu played for Envigado in Colombia the last few years. Stauffer lost it to Nwegbo. Free kick, Las Vegas. Birmingham trying to end a 4-match losing streak away from home. Pull up to 5th place with a win here tonight. And pull even with Memphis. A lot of time left from Cashman Fields. Bagley will throw it in. He wants to go the long way.
It's time now. You want to be getting the ball in as soon as possible. Lift that tempo.
It bounces in. It's headed off the post by Preston. Nearly his second. Perfect timing with his run. And he nearly ties it up.
There's not much more he can do, is he? He's done brilliant. It's a good ball into the box. It bounced up and he just beat the defender. First of the ball, Mensah was sleeping. You can't do that with Preston around. He's read it. He's gone in front of him, and so unfortunate.
And clinical header, what every coach would tell you to do, headed in the ground. He did. It just unlucky off the post.
It was so I only ever scored 2 headers in my whole time, and they were both like that. They bounced before. I was notoriously terrible in the air, but little ones like that, they bounce. It's a little bit easier because the ball's coming up. You can get a bit more power down onto it. We saw the Agudelo one in the first half. He's going up. He had to use all his muscles in the air, whereas that one, Preston just needs to guide it into the corner.
Preston is still running. He's earned a corner kick. There was 2 men chasing him down there, both Moses Mensah and Fanrel Kavita. And look at Preston, I love it, as he's trying to fire up this Cashman Field crowd.
He's been the man, hasn't he? He's been so entertaining all night.
to have the energy to add that after these sprints up and down the field. An N'Golo Kante-esque engine from Preston. Here's the corner to the near post, and it's headed away. A good feint that time from Ledesma, but he lost his footing. I'll have to wait his turn against Jake Roof. 90th minute, here comes Leo Diaz. Stauffer. Here's Jimenez Aranzazu. Away the ball towards the corner. Clipped in. Van Oekel punches away. Stauffer through a crowd and a brave headed clearance. Corner kick coming. It was headed out by Moses Mensah.
Yeah, it's good effort, Stauffer. I thought when he took the touch, he might have got the shot out of his mind, but decent effort. That deflection could have gone anywhere.
Corner kick, Las Vegas Lights as we enter second half stoppage time. A minimum of 5 minutes will be added on. Now Foz tried to keep it alive from a tough angle. No deflection. Goal kick to Birmingham Legion FC. So Tabor Daka Preston has now hit the woodwork twice tonight. Hit the far post in the first half. Heads it off the bar here this time. And one of those remaining substitutes will brought on here by Thompson. Grayson DuPont, the 25-year-old from Birmingham. Second year with the club. He started his college career at University of New Mexico before playing for UAB in his hometown. Fifth appearance of the season for Grayson DuPont. Stoppers on, presented by the Jewelers of Las Vegas. Manuel Ledesma tracking back to win the ball in midfield. Now it's Stauffer with Andres Jimenez Aranzazu. 8 home matches this month and next for Las Vegas Lights, part of the Summer of Soccer. Azrael Gonzalez lost it. Frenetic pace right now. Some calm to the game from Enzo Martinez. Crafty little bit of skill there, but the final ball not there from Grayson DuPont.
Yeah, nice little use of the body from DuPont, wasn't it? Read the bounce.
Ledesma, nice touch for Pato Foz. He's tied it up. Ledesma, the bench place provider, and Pato Foz delivers Las Vegas its second straight game with a second half stoppage time equalizing goal.
Composure again from Pato Foz. Last minute, we saw him score on Tuesday. He took his time and he finished perfectly. Brilliant from Ledesma. Placed it into his path, but he took his time and he's just hit it low and hard. Nothing Van Oekel could do. He kind of kept, because he took his time, Van Oekel became stranded. He came rooted to the spot and he's just hit it low and hard. And what a character from this team. Look, the character is fantastic. And the most telling thing is, Pato Foz didn't run away celebrating. He ran to the halfway line because this team wants to go on and win this.
Pato Foz, his fourth of the season, second straight game with the goal. And Thompson has to be displeased. That 2-0 lead at halftime, a 3-2 lead from the 81st minute on. And 2 leads conceded for Birmingham. Now Enzo Martinez the other way. In front of Pasher, too long for the Canadian, and now Leo Diaz will prepare for a booming punt. So he'll roll it out, kick it from the ground.
Yeah, you said the coach is going to be disappointed. He's going to have to be. That goal comes from just a a long ball over top. It's Manuel Ledesma, who isn't the fastest player on the pitch, so how has he managed to get a run on your defenders? And as a coach, there's only so many things you can train. Winning games in the last minute away from home isn't really one of them. It's either your team has character and can do it, or they don't.
Bushu. Won by Pato Faz. Ledesma goes down. Actually, that's Danny Rios, beg your pardon. He's earned a free kick. Yellow card comes in after the fact for Fanuel Kavita.
Yeah, good use of the body by Danny Rios. Keep the ball, keep your body in between the defender and the ball.
We're at 90+5. Restart's too long for Carroll. Goal kick coming. Preston still running 90+5. Van Oekel tries a long goal kick. And there is full time from Cashman Field. It's a second straight fight back from Las Vegas Lights. It was Azriel Gonzalez playing hero. On Tuesday tonight, it's Pato Faz, set up by a really nice assist by Manu Ledesma. And a great game, Andrew Driver ends 3-3.
Oh, so entertaining, wasn't it? A classic game of two halves. The first half, Birmingham had so much quality. They scored two great goals. And in the second half, the Lights' his character was outstanding. They put so much effort in. They got themselves back into the game and probably deserved to win it, honestly. Birmingham managed to get back in the lead, but the Lights just didn't stop. They kept going all the way. And you see, that man's probably absolutely delighted with this team's performance.
Isidro Sanchez giving words of encouragement to Luke Stauffer. Pato Faz receiving similar accolades. It looked bleak, let's be honest. Halftime 2-0 down against a really good team. Impressive Las Vegas Lights. They score 3 goals in the final half hour to earn a point.
Yeah, and it seems to be coming together, doesn't it? Like, the attacking play has been brilliant. If they can stop those little early errors defensively going behind, this Lights team is going to win some games. And they take so much out of that. That man himself, he was absolutely outstanding all night. Again, the last 3 games, he's been a joy to watch. And every time he got the ball, you were expecting something to happen.
No matter the score, no matter the place in the table, Tabor Tataka Preston runs all night.
Incredible engine, especially in that heat. It's just incredible. But it's not just the running, Matt. It's the ability he has. He's so tricky. He's got pace. He can find a pass, and he deserved the goal.
Save of the game for this one. It's Leo Diaz, presented by Nevada Donor Network.
Yeah, nice. Just an easy save for him, really. But he just did enough to tip it over the bar.
Remember, you can save a life at registerme.org. We'll take a break and come back and wrap it up. Great game, 3-3, Las Vegas and Birmingham. We put a bow on it after this.
Dear Eric, I want to thank you for your honesty and dedication while selling me my new car last month at Finley Subaru of Las Vegas. I've always been wary of car salesmen, often with good reason, but you've helped me redefine the stereotypes. You have welcomed me into the Subaru family, and I appreciate you treating me like family rather than a customer. I absolutely love my Subaru. Love, Kylie Carroll.
Maintain the love with complimentary maintenance when you purchase or lease a new Subaru. SubaruLasVegas.com.
Did you know that cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable death in the United States? Are you ready to kick tobacco out of your life? The Nevada Tobacco Quit Line can help. For free help to quit smoking or vaping, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or send the text QUIT NOW to 333-888. Make living a smoke-free and vape-free life your goal. For me, for you, for everyone, live healthy.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we'll be by your side through every moment of life's journey, from big life changes to small celebrations and everything in between. Because we prioritize people over profit. Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
As a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights, Security National Mortgage Company is looking to help you score your next big goal, buying a house. Our process is simple, with in-house underwriting, processing, and closing, keeping you informed from start to finish. With our Snap Home mobile app, you can look for a home, get financing, and more right from your phone. Together, we can outmatch the competition. Contact us today and let Security National be a part of your home team.
Are you okay to drive?
Perfect record. No one crashed.
Yet.
Dude, I've never hit anything.
Yet.
Please, nothing's ever happened to me.
Yet.
No one's ever had a problem with me before.
Yet.
Las Vegas Light Soccer has been presented by U.S. Bank, by Tahiti Village, and by Cox Review. Catch replays of the Lights every Saturday at 10 a.m. (3-3) the full-time score. Great fight back from Las Vegas Lights, overcoming two deficits, one of 2-0 and one of 3-2 in the last 10 minutes. Well-deserved photos for Tabar Tataka Preston. He is our man of the match. Tonight's hardest working man of the match, presented by Laborers International. Hardest working guys in Vegas, and the hardest working man at Cashman Field. Where's number 8 for Las Vegas?
Yeah, he was just outstanding all game long. Got a goal, deserved it, but it's just his pace, his running, and I love to see that as well. That's what football's all about there. Seeing the kids after the game getting pictures.
Now our full-time highlights. It was a scoreless draw last year between these teams in Birmingham. Anything but in tonight's match between the Legion and the Lights. And Enzo Martinez was a danger man all night. Look at that ball for Juan Agudelo.
It's just a great header, wasn't it? And Birmingham deserved that. You see in both of these goals the quality they have. This time it was Pasha and Martinez linking up, and a real good finish from Pasha. And it seemed dead and buried at that point, but then the Lights just kept going, and they got one back, and you just sensed that they were going to keep kicking on. And here he is again, Tabar Tataka, just complete energy and quality, and it fell for Carlton running in late into the box.
The first one was headed across by Carroll. Preston set it up, and then off the post from Enzo Martinez. But then a corner kick from Pasher kept alive, and an easy finish for Enzo Martinez.
Yeah, and at that point you thought, well, had the Lights luck run out, but they just kept going. Tabar Tataka there almost got a goal on with a header, and then this just one simple long ball. Ledesma uses his body well. Really good vision to play it into Faz, and a nice drilled finish, and just everything the Lights deserved.
Has to be pleasing for Leo Diaz. We talked about how he overhit some of his first half distributions. That one on a dime to Ledesma.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. And you see the stats there. The possession, the Lights had 55%. They dominated the second half. The Legion are actually, after going up 2-0, are lucky to get away with a draw.
Welcome back. Matt Peterson with former Hearts midfielder Andrew Driver. This was another fun one. 3 games in 8 days. Las Vegas scores 7 goals in 3 matches. The next step for them is really managing the full 90 minutes and getting a full 3 points. They had that chance in 2 weeks against Hartford.
Yeah, well, you've seen tonight they've had 20 shots on goal. They're a team that's creating opportunities now, but they still see those little defensive errors creep in every now and then. If the Lights can start the game well, don't let any goals in the first half. We've seen this week that they have the ability in the second half to take over teams and score goals.
And they do seem to have a good system with Pato Faz up top, Oteng on the left, Carlton underneath, and Preston on the right, with a guy like Manu Ledesma coming off the bench.
Yeah, all 4 of them were outstanding again tonight. Absolutely brilliant. Oteng's pace is outstanding. Tabar Tataka, though, is the man. His ability on the ball is just so good to watch. And when you have a player like that, you're going to score goals. And if they can sort out the defensive woes, the Lights can start winning games.
That will do it from here. A very entertaining match. We're delighted you were a part of it. A 3-3 game between Birmingham Legion FC and Las Vegas Lights FC. And a hopeful record-setting water balloon fight at halftime. Our Nissan drive to the next match, July 22nd, 2 weeks from now, against Hartford Athletic. For Andrew Driver and our entire crew, Matt Peterson saying good night. A very fun broadcast for all. 3-3 is the full-time score between Las Vegas and Birmingham.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.